Hello, Bill Molyneux here with none other than Goober, the Traveling Bear. And we are in Deltaville, Virginia at the Deltaville Maritime Museum. Is that cool or what? And right off the bat, you're greeted by a wonderful staff at the front desk and reception, and they will go over the museum. And they have a lot more here to offer than you would think. For a small town, this museum is incredible. So we're going to go right to left, and I know Goober always wants to go to the gift shop and spend money, but we're going to do that last. So let's first we'll check in over here at the desk. It's $5 to get in, correct?
Correct.
All right, and so we're going to go and visit your wonderful museum.
Enjoy yourself. You can take pictures of anything you want.
All right.
Any questions, you just let me know, okay?
Okay, we'll be back. Well, as you can see, this building is stunning, and like many small town museums, they have a lot to offer. You just need to find out about them. And if we hadn't been at Kilmarkey and talking to Mr. Scotty, we wouldn't have been here today. So let's head this way. There's a compass. The ship's compass is quite important. All right, look at the Chesapeake Bay meteorite. Now, I didn't know there was a meteorite that hit the Chesapeake Bay. How big? 2 to 3 mile diameter. Meteorite blasted a hole over 50 miles in diameter and nearly a mile deep. Wow, I believe it was right by our new home. All right, and like always, we're only doing snippets. It's up to you to come and visit the museum yourself. Holy cow, look at the boats. Where to begin? Native American boat builders. Well, I think that's a good place to begin. And so here we have how the Native Americans would start a fire and dig out the center. And I have a video of that of Fort Halifax at Lynn Otto's Museum up in Halifax, Pennsylvania. So we'll just hit some of these beautiful models that they have built. Just stunning. Wow. Not sure how much glare I'm getting. That's a Goober boat there. There's quite a bit of work to build these. I have been to Yorktown where the gentleman there, I think he's in his 80s, and the Maritime Museum in Yorktown along the beach, and he builds these all week long. All right. So much to see here. So if you're into boats, these different fishing boats, and I could spend over an hour just reading and explaining all of this, but we'll keep moving. I find it interesting of the Chesapeake Bay meteorite. All right, we'll pause the camera here. Well, here's a really nice set of panels with the history of lighthouses. And a lot of work went into this. The old Cape Henry, 1792, the Nantucket. Stingray Point Lighthouse, that one's quite famous. I believe I've heard of that one several times. Well, Chesapeake Bay lighthouses. There's Baltimore. Very cool. And Point Lookout, Deltaville, Newport News, Wolf Track, Stingray Point. And Newport News. The Modeler's Corner. So this is what I was saying in Yorktown, Virginia, where they have the gentleman there. And I'm going to say he's in his 80s, and he's constantly building these boats. All right. Well, let's get the big boat out of the way. The Chesapeake Bay Skipjack, Virginia. Hull is 18 feet. Beam is 5 feet 9 inches. Draft is 12 inches. Sail area 175 square feet. Introduced in the 1890s. It is the preferred oyster dread boat. Okay. And Goober loves oysters. Wow. There's endless amounts to see in here. 1889 to 2005. Derelict to landmark. And they have a boat repair facility here at the museum. So let's go in and see the Chowning collection. We're going in this room next. All right, Goober says follow him to the Deltaville boat building shop. All right. So this is the shop to build boats. Now, right off the bat, if you're into my French Indian War videos and Fort Ty and Fort Frederick, a lot of these tools are similar in the way of building a fort and the rafters to building a boat. So here we have the boat being worked on. And mounting a motor in this one. Deagle's Boatyard, tri-storage, engine service, really cool sign. So from logs to planks, and that's a pretty big saw blade there. Wow. Just neat how you can take a piece of wood and carve it with these tools to create a boat. Well, here's the other side of the shop. Measuring tools, vices, hammers, drill press. Now the CSS Noose, the only ironclad above water in the entire country, has one of these, and the CSS Noose 2. So I hope Matthew Young watches this video. And Mr. Mike Parker, who runs the CSS Noose. Matthew Young runs the other museum, the Noose Education Center. All right. Well, I think that's it for this room. Let's go out and check some more throughout this wonderful museum. All right, everyone. We are in the Outboard Motors, and my brother David ever watches this. My father had a place on Cayuga Lake in upstate New York, and we actually had a motor that looks just like that. Same blue thing, and the whole works. And we had some older motors also. This brings back some memories. Very cool. So if you're into boats, this is the museum for you in Deltaville, Virginia. And the history, Evinrude Johnson Motors. The Johnson Seahorse. All right. Family Boat Building Week. Well, that's interesting. You can build a boat just like this. Well, I think if Goober was building it, it wouldn't look just like that. Endless amounts of boats here. Oh my goodness gracious. As we all know, I'm into military history and I have the Wargaming channel, but I believe this is the Maine. It is one of the Great White Fleet ships. It could be the Maine or the Texas. Look at that. Is that cool or what? And look how big it is. I mean, that's 54 millimeter scale. Just incredible. Just incredible to see that. And we're going to pause the camera and get a picture. Miss Kristen, your museum is wonderful. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure. We're open 6 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 10 to 4 and Sunday from 12 to 4. The grounds are open till dusk daily. People can fish and canoe. There's a children's garden, free books. There's lots of outside exhibits to see. There's picnic tables. We have live concerts, markets, free children's activities, all kinds of things for people to see of every age. So if you have time, come visit us.
All right, and I have to ask, what's your mission?
Well, it's to document and display maritime history as well as take care of the native flora and fauna. It's quite a bit more to our mission than that, but that's basically what it's about.
Okay.
Documenting maritime history, the trades, the boats, the boat builders, the marinas, things like that, as well as we like to keep our gardens with local flora and fauna and native plants and pollinators. So,
well, it's a wonderful museum, and for only $5, there's a lot to see here, huh, Goober?
yep, and children and military are free.
Well, wonderful. And I gotta say, you've been wonderful to work for also here, work together with Goober, and you are so much fun. And I'll make sure everyone at the other museums in the area, do you have anything you'd like to say?
No.
No? Okay. Well, Goober has really enjoyed his visit here in Deltaville, and we're going to stop back again in the near future.
Thank you, Bill and Goober.
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and visit the Deltaville Maritime Museum
and Holly Point Nature Park.
All right. Everyone, we're adding on to our video. You know why? We have a Goober boat, and the kind ladies here told me that Goober can take this home. So we're going to take a boat home, and we're going to see about how we can help them out with a donation. And Goober says you have to visit this awesome maritime museum. Stay safe, be kind, and be courteous. And yes, I did that twice on this video, but it doesn't really matter. Life is short to be kind. Thank you, everyone. Well, there's a children's garden. There's a lot to see here at this Deltaville Museum. They have walking paths. They have the children's garden. Very cool. And it's about 100 degrees out, and I'm wearing dress clothes, so we'll see if I survive this video. We're adding on to the other video. I didn't realize Deltaville Museum had so much to see. Check out those boots. Guess I need to mention those boots are mud boots. Everyone in this area has boots like that because of the mud in the spring. I didn't encounter it in the winter here, but a lot to see here. A lot to see. You have to laugh. Every time I seem to be outside in Virginia, they're mowing the lawn. But we're just going to push through, and we're looking for the boat building area. But we ran across some beautiful sculptures here. We're hoping to beat out the lawnmower. Very nice. Well, here we found the boat shop. This is what Miss Chris, I believe, was telling Goober and I to check out. Let's see if anyone's working. Well, Mr. John is going to talk to us about boat building, right, Mr. John?
That's right. That's right. That's what we do here at the Deltaville Maritime Museum.
Well,
And we're in the boat shop, and you can see it's a little bit of activity, not a whole lot going on today. We've got a new, what we call a Garvey type bottom. It's a blunt bow and a transom stern.
put your mic up closer to your head there.
And it's basically a V bottom double ended boat. And like what we call a dead rise boat with a V bottom shape in it. This particular one, we're doing it all plywood on the outside of the frame. Most of the time when we're doing our regular Deltaville dead rise or Chesapeake dead rise boats, we're doing a cold molded bottom out of regular planking, white cedar planking. And the side planking would be cedar, quite often on oak or fir on the inside. We use a little bit of pressure treated lumber if we can get good stuff. I kind of pick it out and dry it for myself. So.
Okay, and is this a boat that you use for oysters?
This particular boat is actually going to be a push boat for our big fly boat down by the pier. And so it's going to have a special use. It's going to be towed by the big boat and then used almost like a tugboat in tight spaces. And as a tender to the boat, we can use it to run around on the shore and stuff like that.
All right. Well, it looks like you have another boat over here that's completed.
We do. That is, well, it's not completed yet. We're just working on it. That's actually a 1956 Barber runabout. It's got a plywood bottom in it, and it's got mahogany plank sides. It actually happens to be my boat that I've had for about 30 years.
Well, you're not that old.
And, well, I know it, but maybe my grandfather bought it for me when I was a kid, huh? Do you think? But at any rate, it's been sitting in the barn now for about 25 years, and I finally got it out. And we're just cleaning it up. It's in pretty good shape. We're cleaning it up, as you can see, getting fresh coat of paint on here. We've been scraping and getting ready to paint the inside and put it back together. And I think I might even buy it a new outboard motor.
All right. And what's her name?
That's a good question. I don't know. Neither one of these have names yet. What's a good name?
I don't know. My wife's name is Lisa. I'll make brownie points saying that.
We'll call it the Miss Lisa.
The Miss Lisa.
What's the
That's Goober the Traveling Bear. He's 40 years old.
Oh my God.
He tries to help raise money for museums and small sites like these.
Good. Yeah.
All right. Well, I won't hold you guys up. Is there anything else you want to tell me before we go on?
Well, not a whole lot, except that you come back later on, you might see a nice dead rise boat going in here. Kind of like there's a picture of one there on that poster over there.
All right.
It shows a dead rise boat under
there.
Power right there. Exactly.
All right.
That's what we normally build in here, which is.
How long does it take to build that? If you guys work, 8 hours a day straight.
Yeah, but we don't. We're all volunteer, so we don't work any more than we feel like doing. But generally we work about 4 or 5 days a week.
All right.
6 hours a day, that kind of thing. But I think we've been working on that for a couple of months now.
Couple months. All right.
And it's got a ways to go.
Well, thank you for this interview, and everyone stay safe, be kind, and you got to visit the boat builders.
The boat builders at the Deltaville Maritime Museum in Deltaville, Virginia.
All right. Well, thank you very much, sir. Well, Bill Molyneux here, and I'm doing an overdub audio due to the fact that we had a lawnmower going and you just really couldn't hear. So here we are walking through the many paths they have here. They have a stage where they must have bands and music and plays and a gazebo. And then as you see, we are walking out towards the boat. Now, I forgot the name of the boat, but we're going to know that in a moment. And they have some nice signage here on this dock talking about the oysters and how they, raise the oysters and bring them up out of the ocean here. And I actually read these. I learned a lot about oysters today here at the Deltaville Maritime Museum. And then they have beautiful view, by the way, here. And then here's the boat, and this is, I think, 1928. I could be wrong on the date, but there's just a neat boardwalk. You can walk around the boat and back up to the museum, and it is really spiffy. I mean, they rebuilt this. It looks like it's brand new, and it's very tranquil here. Nice walking paths, boardwalks, and as you can see, it is a beautiful sunny day here in August 1st, I guess it is. And now we're going to be walking back to the museum area, and very impressed with all that you can see and do here. Had no idea it was as fancy as it is. Well, we're going to close this out with stay safe, be kind, be courteous. The girls here gave Goober that boat. Just awesome. There's some information on the Deltaville Maritime Museum and Holly Point Nature Park. Just a wonderful site with a wonderful staff.